Hello there and welcome. My name is Carly from Exalted Grace Energy Medicine, and today we're going to be talking about Kundalini energy, the history of Kundalini energy, and let's start all the way back at the beginning. Kundalini has been found in many ancient texts back in India, coming all the way from I think 1500 BCE. In the Vedas, it's written about in the Upanishad and other tantric texts later in history, also in India. But essentially, historically, the word Kundalini comes from the region of India. So this principle of Kundalini comes from the squeaky squeaky. It comes from the let's take it back a notch. Shiva and Shakti. All of these principles of Kundalini, I think, should be taken from the bottom level of the relationship between Shiva and Shakti, and the Kundalini Shakti is something that is expressed in Shakti nature. So, but if you don't know what Shiva and Shakti are, it's a little harder to explain what Kundalini Shakti is. So, Shiva and Shakti in Vedic culture is this divine feminine relationship. Shiva, if you're unaware, Shiva is the all-encompassing, omnipresent, formless God figure in Hinduism. And Shiva is his consort. Shiva is the Shakti. Shakti is Shiva's feminine energy consort, the yin to the yang. So Shakti is everything that animates life within the boundaries of the world that Shiva has created. He's formless. He has the potential. He is full of unlimited potential, but he can't make anything unless Shakti is involved. Shakti is the creatrix. Shakti is the birther, the energy creator, the life force energy is what a lot of times you'll hear Kundalini being referred to. Kundalini energy is life force energy. And so going back to Shiva and Shakti, we see lots of practices being cultivated to try, and you're either paying homage to these energies because of what they do for us in the world. You're showing gratitude to these energies, maybe because you want some of that energy to go towards a very important project that you're working on, or you're trying to boost your creativity because Shakti is the mother of creativity. And so in this relationship, you have these parts and pieces, and in these ancient texts, there's the idea of what these things are, and then there is man's way of trying to obtain the perfection of that practice, of that skill. So there is just so much in history, and especially in Vedic culture, that is about introspection, that is about mindfulness, and trying to obtain that perfect point of perfect point of connection with God, shedding Maya, which Maya is the illusion of the world that we live in and the meaning behind it, and to shed that illusion with detachment, then we can start to really manipulate these Kundalini Shakti life force energies. Um, so the path, the path to, I always get so deep. I don't have to like get so, just dive completely to the bottom of the pool whenever I talk about anything and everything, do I? So let's back up a little bit. This video is only supposed to be like 10-15 minutes. So let's just keep it simple. We can keep all that deep stuff for personal conversations and one-on-ones. Um, so Kundalini, history of Kundalini, very, very present if you want to look into those passages in the Rig Veda, in Upanishad, lots of tantric texts. I haven't read any of those specifically, but the Shiva Sutras are a wonderful place to get a body of practice down. And so are the Yoga Sutras. Yoga Sutras, the yoga, the yoking of life and practice, and Tantra. Kundalini is Tantra. It's the melding and perfection of balance in our expression, in our energies. It's being clear, center, aligned, and then empowered and connected with God and connected to the earth so that we can be in this perfected state as much as we can while we're in our human forms. And Kashmir Shaivism does talk a lot about the principles of that in those works as well. So if you want to do some more research, you can check out the Shiva Sutras, the Rig Vedas, Upanishads. You can also look up information about Soma, because that is also the divine substance of ecstasy that our brain produces whenever we reach that state of ecstasy and bliss. Actually don't know when Kundalini Yoga was born and brought into this world, but I think that it is not as old as those other things. But Kundalini Yoga is something that people are far more knowledgeable, have heard about a lot more than these other things. And those practices are specifically made to try and clear the channels, clear the chakras, go into those mantras, utilizing mantra to kind of change the vibrational frequency of the body, to take us into that state of prayer. And so that's why it's called Kundalini Yoga, because they're literally trying to cleanse their energetic bodies so that they can have that Kundalini awakening experience, or to manage their Kundalini energies if it's already awakened. I do not practice Kundalini Yoga. It is wonderful. I do it sometimes, but if you have any questions about that, you can refer to some other person more knowledgeable about it. Um, so, Kundalini, Kundalini, Kundalini. We are, in essence, in the practice of working with our Kundalini Shakti. We are clearing our energy from our root down to the earth. We're clearing all of our energetic centers, our chakras, all of our chakras, and the blockages, the tamas, they call them in the Vedas, in Vedic culture and Hindu culture, clearing all of the stuckness, clearing all of the humanness, clearing all of the Maya, the illusions, the shame, guilt, all of these things. The chakras have different expressions in their detriments and in their highest expressions, their cities. So, working through all of those things so that we can have that nice clear connection in the chakra line and also up to the heavens from our crown chakra up. There's also the Shushumna. This Shushumna channel technically does go along the chakra line. Some people will more reference it to the literal spinal channel. So from our sacrum up to, and surrounding our brain is where the cerebral spinal fluid, which is been talked about in many cultures also. They call it many beautiful names, the nectar of gods, cerebral spinal fluid. So that's the Shushumna channel. And then they also will speak often of the Ida and Pingala channels. Ida and Pingala are the masculine and feminine essences of our channels, and it will be energy from the feminine coming up from the earth, coming up from the root. That's why they say the Kundalini is the coiled serpent that lays at the base of the root chakra. And that feminine energy needs to rise up and break through. And the masculine energy comes down from our crown and meets down into the root chakra. So you need all of these things to be clear and functional and moving at the same pace for your Kundalini to awaken and continue to cycle and bring you in more energy and things like that. I absolutely love this subject. I don't know how many of these videos I will do, but let's just see how it goes. I'm offering a course in Kundalini Reiki this upcoming next month. So you can find more information about that in the links below to sign up for that. And I will also be doing some retreats in the near future. So if you're interested in Kundalini awakening, if you're interested in Kundalini energy, interested in Reiki energy work, I have melded all of these things into a beautiful practice. I also will offer one-on-one sessions. I offer one-on-one sessions if you have any trouble with Kundalini awakening symptoms, to try and work through that with verbal one-on-one reprogramming, subconscious reprogramming if we need to go at it that route, or energetic clearing and reprogramming through my transmission of Kundalini energy and Kundalini Reiki, different things. Kundalini activation energy and Kundalini Reiki, one comes from the earth and the other comes from the heavens, but they work really beautifully together. And I want to bring those to you. And if you are having trouble with Kundalini awakening symptoms, if you're interested in awakening your Kundalini and you're on that path. You're the spiritual seeker, wanting that alignment, wanting that flow in life. If you're wanting that just optimal life, this energy, this work can ripple out in so many different ways. Like I said, Kundalini is life force energy. So, utilizing that life force energy, what could not be a little bit more extra? What could not be a little bit more creative? What could be a little bit more juicy with the essence of the life force energy of the heavens and earth in your life? I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Check out my links in the bottom. If you do not follow me yet, give me a follow, like this video, share, leave a comment. You know, juice that algo. We all need a little bit of love, and our channels, if we want them to find the right people, if we want them to continue to impress that energetic signature into the world, then I need your help. Reach out. You could also find me on my website, one-on-ones, online, virtual, retreats, all the good stuff. All right, I'll see you next time.